we going to talk about Halo?
We are going to talk about the slow motion disaster, the very, very bad, what is going to be a slow motion disaster that is Halo. I almost skipped this when this first bit of news came out. I almost skipped it because I was just like, eh. It says Halo showrunner to exit Paramount Plus series after season 1, so they're not even sticking around. And there was another one who quit before it even started. That's never a good sign. Why
are they making this a show again? I'm just
they're bored
because it's an existing property and they can milk it and try to just use the fan base for what it is. And
interesting.
And they never learn their lesson that you don't have built-in critics or fans. You have built-in critics. They will eventually learn their lesson one day. I don't know when that will be. But this article is from Variety, and it says, Halo showrunner to exit Paramount Plus series after Season 1. The showrunner of Halo, the series at Paramount Plus, will exit the show once work on Season 1 is over, Variety has learned. Stephen Kane and Kyle Killen, cool last name, Killen, Killen. Mm-hmm. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Were both attached as co-showrunners on the series at one time. According to sources, Killen departed the project ahead of the start of production as he felt he was unable to render full-time showrunner duties during the show's shoot in Budapest. Kane then took over as the lead showrunner. Production is currently ongoing on season 1 of the series, with Kane set to remain on board through the post-production process. So the other guy is going to stay for till the end once they're finished with the editing process. Should the show get picked up for a second season, however, he will not return. Kane has been in Budapest now for the past 2 years and wishes to return stateside for personal reasons. So does that mean they've been shooting the whole thing in Budapest? That's crazy. Mm-hmm. It sounds like a heavy budget. A second season pickup seems likely for the series given the high-profile nature of the underlying IP and the high level of investment on Viacom CBS's part. Killen was first announced as being attached to the show when it was originally ordered by Showtime in 2018. It's since then been moved from Showtime to Paramount Plus. So that's never good either when they have to start shopping it around to other networks. Get stuck in production hell. A live-action Halo has been in the works for years based on the Juggernaut video game series of the same name. The series will follow an epic 26th century conflict between humanity and an alien threat known as the Covenant. Production has originally begun on the 9-episode first season in late 2019 before it was forced to shut down to the COVID-19 pandemic. It was announced that the show would move forward from Showtime to Paramount Plus in February of 2021. Pablo Schreiber will star as Master Chief Petty Officer John 117, the iconic main character in the game and is a super soldier created as part of the Spartan 2 program. I can never pronounce her last name. Natasha McElhone? McElhone. McKellen. She was the wife on Designated Survivor. Fantastic actress.
Oh, I like Designated Survivor. Yep. I liked part of it.
Yep. Love Kiefer Sutherland. Will play as Dr. Catherine Halsey, the creator of the Spartan Soldiers. Jen Taylor will reprise her role from the games as Cortana. This is where a lot of people have a problem. First of all, Cortana is blue in the games, and also, they're like, she looks like a soccer mom now because it was a voice actress. So what I can't understand is that if Master Chief never takes his helmet off, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Why did they get a regular actor to play that role and not get the voice actor?
I think they just don't want to pay him the money, the original voice actor.
But that's crazy because the original voice actor, what I found out it's in fact, I'm going to look it up. Can you look up the Halo, the series on IMDb? The original voice actor wasn't a voice actor. He was a radio DJ. His only acting credits, other than his radio DJing that I found, were as this character. So he did all the video games from.
But I think that transition from radio to voice acting is like an obvious.
But he retired in 2015, so he's free. And he voiced a Halo character in the games as late as 2018. So why not just get the guy who voiced the original character rather than get a regular actor or another voice actor?
So Steve Downs.
Stephen Downs. So what's crazy about that is like. That character's voice, because you never see his face, his voice is iconic, right? And people, all the first comments I saw were like, "Why isn't it the original voice actor?" There's such.
Did they release a statement about it?
No statement. But
because what if there's a reason why he's? I mean, it seems like an obvious thing money. To clarify, but money or I don't know. What if he's got some issue that he prevents him from
he's a little
recording?
Bit older now. But he
still voiced the character in 2018.
Yeah,
2018 was like a while ago at this
point.
He
also voiced the character in 2021. They released a new game. It's called Halo Infinite.
See, that's weird. Or unless his contract. I mean, I think you'd think that they'd be able to get him out of a contract specifically with the video game.
But you're complaining about Cortana. She looks like that in the game.
Everyone says that she looks like I'm not saying that's not my complaint.
She looks weird.
Everyone's like, she looks like a soccer mom and she's not blue. So like I said, the problem here is that you're people complain about comic book fans not being you can't please them when they make these movies. Video game fans are going to be even harder to make happy.
Yeah.
So they're on the downswing here. Like the comments when I first saw when the trailer first came out were kind of middling. Some were like, it looks interesting, but now that I'm seeing it, they almost all skew on the negative side. And then it comes out, it says, Master Chief to take, this is another article, it says, Master Chief to take backseat to female cast in Halo live action 2022. So you're losing your audience very, very quickly. It says Master Chief will reportedly only be a supporting character in the Halo live action 2022. Maybe that's why the actor didn't want to come back, because he didn't want to play why am I a guest character in my own show? Paramount Plus revealed the teaser trailer for the upcoming Halo live action series, and it looks like the show is getting the Star Wars reboot makeover with a cast of powerful women, female protagonist, and villain. So what will Master Chief's role be?
Maybe that's why it's going to be dumpster fire.
Well, I'm saying all of this adds up to something that is not accurate to the game. They're saying that it doesn't it's in a different timeline, so it's not even canon with the video games. And all of this is before we've even seen episode 1, and you've lost so much goodwill already with your core fan base. And the core fan base is who you need to help you promote the show, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it says, you may have noticed that Master Chief has a small role in the Halo live action teaser trailer, and that's because he's reportedly just a supporting character. Steven Spielberg's Halo live action series looks awesome when it comes to visual effects. The team behind the highly anticipated Paramount Plus original show did a phenomenal job. I do think the effects are above average for a television show that's not film, but if it's not film budget. But some fans are concerned that the writers got a bit too creative with the show. Master Chief does not appear to be the main protagonist in the Halo live action series, but instead a minority space orphan named Quan Ah. Is that how you pronounce that, Miracle?
I'm sorry, I lost track because I was reading ahead.
Okay, played by
Quan
played by Australia's very own up and coming talent, Yaren Ha. Quan Ah is described as a shrewd, audacious 16-year-old from the outer colonies. She's a bit of a space scavenger and has an incredible power inside her, which she will slowly discover throughout the series. Sound familiar? Sources close to the production revealed to us that Master Chief will serve as a supporting character and that Quan Ah, the kick 16-year-old warrior girl, will be the main protagonist in Steven Spielberg's Halo series. It's like you can see the producers when this was pitched. They're like, that's great. But can we make it a woman?
Yeah, but then if you keep on reading, it says not only the main protagonist is a 16-year-old Asian girl, but there's 2 of 3 Spartans that are described to be kick-ass female soldiers. Oh my god.
The games are not like this from what I understand. So it says Kai.
I was going to say, I've watched a lot of hours of video of my brother playing Halo, and I don't remember any of these people.
Yeah,
no.
And that was the thing. And it's like you would think with the money that these producers make that they would be able to see this coming from a mile away, but it was the same bait and switch that they did with Masters of the Universe Revelations, where like, no, it's about He-Man, and then He-Man dies in like episode 2 and it becomes about Tila the whole time.
Yeah, but if you I don't know. I just read a paragraph that made me a little bit upset with this. It says the producers described to take it even one more step further.
Oh my god, I didn't even see this part.
The quote unquote kick and that so-called patriarchy and that balls.
Okay, here, I'll say it.
It's so dumb. I'm done. This is going to be a dumpster fire.
She couldn't even say it. It made her so mad.
Yeah.
The producers decided to take it even one step further and, quote, kick the so-called patriarchy in the balls by having Maki, a female antagonist, reportedly easily defeat Master Chief in a battle. It will be up to Quan Ah to save Master Chief's life and defeat Maki and save the world. I do want to point out that this could very well be rage bait, this article. I don't necessarily buy that, but when they list stuff like this, you have to be very careful that they're not writing this for clicks.
Hold on. Maybe I can search it up.
Little is known about the powerful new Halo live-action female antagonist villain known as Maki, apart from the fact that she is played by Charlie Murphy from Peaker Blinders. I think they mean Peaky Blinders. Steven Spielberg's Halo live-action series is set to premiere exclusively on Paramount Plus on March 24th. I didn't know Steven Spielberg was behind it. That's interesting as well. But it's like when I've seen a lot of like writers' workshops where people talk about making their pitches to Hollywood, and they're like, "That's great, but could you make it a woman?" Because their data and their marketing firms are telling them that that's what sells right now.
Yeah.
And that would be fine if it's new stuff. There was a movie that came out with Jennifer Garner that was like a female version of Taken. It was called Peppermint, and everybody hated it. I had no problem with it because all I could think the whole time was like, thank God they didn't just take her and make him like take a regularly a character normally played by a male and make it a female. At least make it its own cool spy movie about a female revenge movie.
I get what you mean.
Just use new properties. You have so much more goodwill built up if you just use something that isn't. Just make something new and don't take stuff that's already been established based around other characters, other writers, stories that have already been told, and make it a vehicle for whatever your modern day bean counters tell you is the most marketable demographic to put on screen.
Sure.
So I feel like they think that they're being clever, but they're not being clever.
Nope, just dump it in the dumpster fire now.
Yep.
I'm done.
And then, of course, what's going to happen is they're going to say, they're going to be mad. They're going to be like, it's not for you. And then they'll be mad when they don't come out to watch it and blame men for it, which will be funny.
Well, what if this is all satire? Because Steam did have this one weekend where you can pretty much get all the Halo games for free. Maybe they're doing another promotion. This is all a joke, and I'm just overreacting because they said woman. That
would be a very expensive. It says Halo is about female empowerment.
No,
I tried.
That's what I remember it being about.
Yes, that's well. Somebody's also like, why are there AK-47s in something that takes place in the 26th century? It's very clearly not faithful to the game. That's the problem. The more that these properties get pulled apart, the people that are making them just have no passion for the source material, right? The key now is to make your own stuff, make new stuff, because these people, they don't. Was that you or Chris Carr when we were talking about? I said they don't hate you, they don't give a crap about you.
Yeah.
All they see this as is a vehicle for either their own agenda or a money-making opportunity.
I think it was both when you mentioned it too.
I said they don't care. They don't care. The people who are making this don't care about Halo. If they're a film producer, they don't have the time of day to play Halo. They're busy.
Yeah.
Just move on and try to just watch old gameplay, because this is not going to make you happy. So I feel bad for them because I see them do this to characters that I love, and it still bothers me to this day when they do it.
Imagine like other series being destroyed.
It's going to happen. This stuff will keep happening because they're too cheap to want to market to new demographics, market new products. They want to keep using the same old stuff.
Yep.
So we will continue to follow this, though, because I have a feeling this will be a fantastic slow motion car wreck into it. Maybe it's a car wreck into an actual dumpster fire. And that's what's going to happen. And March 24th is still a ways off, so there's probably going to be fantastic news.
Nope.
Still, Miracle's not happy right now.
Miracle's over it.
I'm so over it now.
Did you play Halo?
I had a friend who, so his Discord handle and every handle on any social media platform was Halo Reaper 101. And he loves that series to death.
So what you're gonna have to be like his shoulder to cry on when this comes out.
I asked him, are you excited about this? Like, did you hear about this? And he's like,
did you just send you a sad face emoji?
No,
I feel like if you play Halo, you don't need a movie of it.
You don't, because it has its own storyline.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work in both directions. Like, I understood, there was like a Harry Potter video game for a minute, or like a Star Wars video
mobile
games.
game now.
Like, there's a bunch of stuff that I understand when it goes from a visual
medium
depiction to you want to be able to participate in the universe that they've created. Whereas, like, you already got to participate in a storyline in the universe of Halo. Like, watching it doesn't really have the same effect.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it connects in the same way.
Yeah. It's never, I think it's like because it's such an interesting universe, or because the visuals are strong, they're like, it should be a movie, but that doesn't like...
I mean, it has to
and
be.
I'm sure I'm not as familiar with this. I mean, I'm sure there have been video games that become movies that are well liked, but I just feel like
very few and far.
I feel like
between.
it's a very difficult leap, and the reason it's been in production for so long is because it's
Yep.
Like not design. Like there's no pressure to have it out because no one really wants it.
The first Tomb Raider movie. Still the only good video.
Well, if you scroll down, I forgot which one it says. Vanity.com. If you scroll down, there's a list of what video game movies are coming out. You forgot to mention it
in that first article.
Yeah, the first article. So Vanity.com.
So
there's a whole list like what video game movies are coming
Castlevania.
out. Well, that one's been out on Netflix. I heard a lot of good reviews about it.
But these are live action. Is Halo, The Last of Us, Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed.
Animated's always going to be good in my opinion.
Fallout. I forget, the Fallout one's probably looked okay. Skull and Bones. So there's some good ones. Twisted Metal. I have no idea how they're going to pull that one off. That'll be funny.
What is Twisted Metal
Metal
about?
It was an old PlayStation. I can't even. It's not something that lends itself to being described. It was an old PlayStation game back in the day.
Yeah.
I was a Nintendo guy.
Nice.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.